Welcome back, everybody. It is the Shell Pioneering Performance Stage. I'm Alan Taylor with Jeff Allen from Flat 12 Gallery and the Car Chasers on CNBC. Joining us right now is Bill Koenig. He is from MKW Alloy, and Arie Luyendyk Jr., off-road racer from Hostile Wheels. Let's start with you. Bill, tell us about MKW.
MKW is an alloy wheel company that's been around since the 90s. And we kind of specialize in off-road these days. We've got a brand called Hostile, and we sponsored Arie in the Torque Series last year. And we rolled out a new performance brand last year at SEMA called Road Street Race. And we're here this year debuting a new Magnesium one-piece wheel for like Porsche GT3 street cars and race cars.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah. You said Porsche. You had me at hello.
Yeah, I've been a Porsche guy since I was probably 14 years old. So
me too.
I've been chasing and driving cars for a long time that's Porsche.
So where did it start being a Porsche guy? And I'll tell you for me where it did. I had a neighbor that used to make the wide body kit. He would take a 911 and he'd put the wide body steel flares on it. And when I first saw this guy roll out of his garage with one of those wide body with the whale tail, I was like, oh my God. And I was a teenager, right? And it's like it changes your life when you look at that. The car has such beautiful lines, very feminine, female body lines, and you look at it and go, wow. And it changed me, and I'm a Porsche guy ever since. I've never owned a 911 wide body with a whale tail. I've always wanted to. Never owned one.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what it is.
This has been my problem, right? So 935 is my favorite race car of all time.
The DP?
I grew up in Atlanta, and I grew up at the track up at Road Atlanta, and loved 935s, always wanted a wide body. Thought I'd have a 930 turbo, was going to be my first Porsche. I've had 10 Porsches now. Not one of them has been a wide body, but I've had 3 GT3s, so I'm happy there. It's just a matter I hadn't had any wide body one yet.
That's only 3 inches off.
Yeah, I still need the fat fenders somewhere down the line.
But when you put those fat fenders on it, you got to put some big fat wheels on it and tires.
It's a big fat guy that gets in it, so I need lightweight wheels to get me down the track faster.
So what is it when you talk about alloys and magnesium alloy? There's a lot of different components and different mixtures of alloys, right? What's different about MKW?
MKW, I've actually been working the past 18 months on finding a manufacturer that uses a special process and a special material, essentially, to make these wheels super light yet streetable. Because magnesium you can use at the track, but only use at the track. So we've got sort of this hybrid wheel now where it's lightweight, you could drive it to the track, you can keep the wheels on the car all the time if you like, and go out to the track, have a good time, and probably save about 12 pounds a wheel.
When you say take it to the track, but they're only good for the track, go into some of that for me with the magnesium.
Well, first of all, Porsche, right? They design a GT3 so that you can get it in your garage,
right?
Drive it to the track, have a great track day, and drive it home. I mean, that's their thought process, right?
Totally.
So we're just trying to go and lighten that program and make life a little bit easier so the guy can put the wheels on in his garage, drive it to the track. He can leave them on. He can go to the grocery store if he wants with it. And it just makes for an ease to get to the track.
Okay, I got you.
And then do you make different colors?
Yeah, it's a custom program. Currently what we're going to do is you'll order them, and in 90 days you'll have them. The factory we're using is out of Japan, and they make 8 of the 10 teams Formula One wheels. They also make some LMP1 wheels. Arie and I were just talking about one of his buddies that's driving LMP1 cars. So they do private label for some serious race cars.
So Arie Luyendyk Jr. sitting here with us, everybody. Also, he's working with Hostile Wheels, which is part of MKW, I take it. And first of all, I got to ask that question that is begged to be asked by most: is what's it like to be the son of Arie Luyendyk and to be called Junior?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a question to get asked often, but growing up, you don't know any better, so it's just
right?
normal for me. Yeah. Grew up at the racetrack. Obviously, I had a passion for cars my whole life. My dad's owned a ton of Porsches. Right now, the first car I ever learned how to drive stick with was a Porsche Carrera 4S, air cooled, and
that's
so that's
just learned how to drive a stick shift.
What year was that? An air cooled
96?
car?
Yeah, 96. Yeah, it was a great car.
Those are wonderful cars.
Wonderful car. He regrets selling that car every day. He actually just bought a 96 the other day, paid a good amount of money for it. So that's where I learned how to drive stick, and then that just kind of turned into a career in motorsports, and it's been great teaming up with Hostel. They've built this super lightweight wheel for us, and for off-road, we really put that wheel to a test. I mean, it's brutal out there. Short course racing is probably some of the hardest racing you'll find, and yeah, the wheel definitely withstood a lot.
So why off-road racing when the heritage and the history of the family is, you know, the way it is? This is like, it's like maybe you just kind of spreading your wings and getting out there a little bit, or
Make
you just
his own
love it?
path.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it kind of all started, I saw Robbie at a race, at an IndyCar race, and he said, you should come drive this off-road truck. And I was like, I don't know, dirt, you know.
It's got to be fun as hell.
Well, I didn't really think much of it, and there was a lot of IndyCar drivers at the test. Buddy Rice was there. God, who else was there? Townsend Bell was there. There's a few guys, and I was quickest out of all the guys. And Robbie was like,
Nice.
You got a knack for this. You should
Yeah.
do it. Why don't you come drive my series?" So that's how I got started into.
So Robbie Gordon.
Yeah, through Robbie Gordon.
Oh, that's a nice invite.
That'll work.
Yeah.
So I went to Robbie's shop, and he has a private track there, and he kind of taught me a lot about, you know, how to manage the truck in the air and how to go off jumps, and that's sort of the biggest difference, obviously, from IndyCar and any other racing.
Getting airborne is great, is it not?
So and then that sort of turned into the Torque series, and you know now I have great partnerships. I own my own team, and it's been a blast. It's been an
Wow.
experience.
So, man, that was a big impact on you. He's on his own team and all that now.
Just after driving stick shift in a C4S. I mean, imagine that.
That's what did it.
Who would have thought, right? So does your dad, does he come and watch?
Yeah, he loves it because it's kind of funny. We raced at the LA Coliseum one year, in that beautiful stadium where you jump down the peristyles. And I said, "Why don't you take a lap in my truck?" And he's like, "Heck no." He's like, "I am not leaving the ground on anything with four wheels." I was like, "All right." So he has definitely a respect for it, and it's kind of cool to pave my own path and to do my own thing. And I think he's really proud of that. And he comes to as many races as he can.
Well, best of luck to you. We'll be watching you. And how do we tell your car? What's it say on the car, on the truck?
It says Gunk and Hostile wheels, and the wheels are really, really noticeable. They're black with orange beadlocks. They're
You
they're
can't
great.
miss that.
You can't
I know.
miss it. They're pretty
Beautiful.
awesome. The truck's actually out here by the wheel the section of the show, and it's outside.
South Hall,
Nice.
out front.
Arie Luyendyk Jr., Hostile Wheels, Bill Koenig, MKW Alloy. Thank you guys for being with us. Great
Yeah,
stuff.
thanks for having you.
Lighter is better. You know what they say, and lighter is faster.
And wider.
Wider's faster.
Lighter and wider. That's right.
Yes, I try to tell everybody that.
That's exactly right. All right. More coming back from the Pioneering
Okay.
Performance stage here at SEMA. Stay with us.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.